Hey guys, welcome to the DM's Craft. I'm DM Scotty. Good to have you with me. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I've usually done. I'm actually starting on the final encounters for my my second part of my campaign. I'm running a modified Kingmaker campaign, and I'm on the Rivers Run Red part, and I'm doing the final battle with Hagrolka, which is like this hill giant who's taken over this dwarven stronghold. The encounter itself in the AP is very disappointing, to say the least. I wanted to have it much more epic, so I'm going to modify it myself and add to it. So I thought it might be useful to show you guys how I kind of start thinking about building a location. There's many different ways to do it. Lots of other DMs have talked about it, but I thought it might be helpful to show my take on building and kind of my thought process and where I go with it. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to go to a piece of paper that I've worked on to kind of show you what give you a kind of a roadmap of what I'm doing. So we'll do that now. So here I've kind of done a rough of my idea. I've got an old dwarven fortress that the giant has taken residence up in. And in the original AP, it's just very small. It's very linear. There's really not, it's not that exciting. The character became much more important in my campaign, and I used some other inspiration that I got off a forum for the Kingmaker. Someone was talking about, forgive me, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about really expanding the whole thing with Hagrolka and making this whole monster kingdom, and I thought that was a fantastic idea, and I've run with that. So I kind of know what I'm going to do, but I'm still fleshing my ideas together. So here's kind of what I'm doing. So I've got Hagrolka's held up in this old dwarven fortress. So what I'm going to have is a main gate, like a castle gate, and then at the opposite end there's a prison. My players have befriended this troll mother whose young troll was taken, captured and put in this prison because they want her to fight for Hagrolka. And I'm doing the D&D, so in the original AP, the guys are trolls, which are weaker in Pathfinder, but the trolls are much stronger in D&D. So my guys have become, the leader, Hagrolka, has become a hill giant, and his minions have become ogres, which uses this helmet of, this crown of command to like keep them together as a group. So my players are going to be presented with two kind of separate ideas. If they want to try to get through to the prison, there's a sewer that they can climb through and come up and try to come through that way. And then if they really want to, if they don't want to do that, or something happens and they can't do that, then they can go through the front gate. So I've got two starting points to get to the boss room. Okay. Now it's getting between here and there. I don't really want to make it linear. I don't want to make it just some paths and some rooms that are off to the side, and then you get to the boss. I'd really like it that the players can choose two different routes. So I've got, on one side, I've got some rooms and corridors, and some of them are blocked with rubble. This is a deserted dwarven fortress. Some of them are blocked with rubble, and there's all kinds of stuff like that. And then I'm going to have a cavern route where the dwarves have been digging out and mining and stuff like that. So they can go one of two possible routes. To end up in the boss room. So if they now this is what could happen. Now say they start from the prison, and that would mean I'd have to build two separate ways from the front gate to the prison. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the two separate ways, but I'm going to use them whichever one they choose. So if they choose the front gate, there'll be the caverns and the rooms and corridors. Or if they choose the prison, it'll be the opposite. And then it'll be like basically a short jaunt to whatever end they choose. So if they choose the prison part, they'll go through one of these, and then it'll be a short jaunt to the front gate, or if they choose the front gate, it'll be a short jaunt from the bosses to the prison. So that way you don't have to build this whole part of the dungeon that probably won't be used. But the players still feel like they have a choice, like they have several different ways to go, and I'll have different encounters for each side. And that way I don't have to build all these encounters that they may never ever see or get to. And basically what will happen is when Hagrolk is defeated, if he's defeated, his crown of command will be destroyed, and then the ogres will break apart. So basically whatever ogres I have left in the Dwarven Fortress are going to kill each other, because they're all from different groups and they all hate each other. So it's just it's only him and his magical crown that are keeping this whole group together. So if the players defeat him, then the rest breaks down. So then you don't have to fight through all these little extra encounters that are in the dungeon. You can just have the characters, maybe if they want to look through, you can have them, you can even just describe it. You don't have to have them even go through anything and just say that they're finding all these bodies and everything of ogres that have killed each other and that kind of thing. And you can have them, you know, pick up some treasures and stuff if they look around. But you know, that keeps the dungeon from being just, you know, too crazy as far as like just dragging on and on and on and on. You know, once it's like a movie. Once they get to the finale, there's not much point in just scurrying around. You know, it's some groups may like to do that. You know, dungeon crawl groups, but for a role play group, and you know, as story wise, that totally makes sense. That once they killed the boss, that the whole thing would just, the house cards would just come down. So that way you don't have to crawl through every single corridor and check every nook and cranny, but you've got the basic setup. So I like that idea of having the two ways to get to the boss chamber, but the characters can choose which way, and there are different challenges and encounters on each way. So and then, you know, with the 2 entry points, you have some variety too, as far as, you know, if they choose to do the stealthy way or they just want to storm the castle kind of thing. If they want to have fun storming the castle, they can go to the front gate. So that's kind of going to be my setup, and I'm going to go from there in more videos. Now this is just the basic. Now this is how I kind of gel my idea. So now I've got a gel of an idea. I've got a grain of an idea. I know what the boss is. I know what I want to do. So what I need to do now is I need to decide how I'm going to exactly lay it out. So that will be my next step. So on my next video talking about this, I will show what I decided to lay out, and I will describe some of the encounters that I've got going. And I think that's it for now, and I'll see you next time on the DM's Craft. Hey guys, I wanted to say a few last words before I signed off here. I really want to thank everybody for watching my videos. This is my 20th DM's Craft video, so pretty awesome. Actually, I've done more videos, but this is the 20th episode. So thanks everybody for liking me and commenting on my work, and I hope you've all learned stuff from the craft. I also like to really see what you're doing. So I've had people send me videos and pictures, and I love seeing that stuff. Send to my email, dmcf@awesometerrain.com. Just put DM's Craft pics, and I'll glad to comment on them or look at them. I'd love to see videos. I'll put them in my feed. I've done that before. I'd love to see what you guys are doing with the ideas. That's fantastic. And I think it really has a lot of potential. And thanks for listening to me drone on about no grid lines. I know a lot of people do use grid lines, and I don't. And I don't really put them on my crafts. But you know, you're more than welcome to do that if that's your thing. Also, I'm going to be at Gen Con, so I'd love to see anybody there. I'll probably have my DM's Craft t-shirt on. So if you see me, just walk up and say hi. If you want to ask questions or talk about any kind of crafting, I'd love to talk to you. And at the point of I'm shooting this video, it's next week, so I'd love to see you all there, and take care. And DM Scotty here, signing off.